Can you feel it? The roar of the flame. You can't escape it. You are as much a slave to the inevitable as I am. Let the tongue of my burning love dance across your soul. Surrender. Oh man, here we go.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Long Distance Situationship. I'm Mike, joined as always by my cohorts, Dan-tastic.
That's me.
And Hot Kyle.
Howdy everybody, good to be back.
It is so good to be back with our second episode. Thank you so much for just the great reaction to the first episode. We did no pre-planning on this. We just dropped it cold like a bunch of marketing geniuses, and broke 100 views on the first episode. Having done some podcasts before, that's great. That's really awesome. And we got some comments.
We have comments.
We have comments. It's Beckett, who some of us know. She just says more Kayleen with 2 exclamation points.
Oh, you hear that?
I'm doing my makeup right now, but thank you.
So Kayleen was absolutely a hit. And then Elias the Wise says, interesting to choose a dildo in the ass over sex with women. You all are crazy. I'm banging moms.
Wow, I feel like what he's not acknowledging is the bro code involved here.
Yeah,
I
because
don't think Elias the Wise cares about bro code. He talked about wanting to fuck my mom all the time.
he also wants to sleep with Kayleen's mom as well. So, or maybe it's not even related to the podcast. He's just a MILF banger in general.
you know, respect it. But
Finch would approve.
yeah. And it flipping back to the infamous question of would you rather take a giant dildo or sleep with your best friend's mom? That did bring us to one of my new favorite things of all time, which is
I gotta take the dildo. I gotta take the dildo. You did what? No, I gotta take the dildo. You did months of an alien podcast and you barely grabbed any sound grabs. One episode into Long Distance Situationship and that's what you grabbed? You dirty dog, Mike.
It's a different situation now, you know? That was the top pod. This is LDS. We get a little more frisky out these parts.
Got to start the collection somewhere, dude. We'll start it with a bang. Like.
And then, Kyle, did you want to read off our last comment, or would you like me to take care of it?
From my dear friend Michael?
From your dear friend Michael, yes.
Listen, for those of you who don't know, me and Michael Keaton, we go way back. We are cut from the same cloth. You know, in Harry Potter, there's like the twin phoenix feathers. Like me and Michael Keaton are twins in our own sense. And he likes to remind me how special I am. And it really means a lot when I need it most. He commented on the first episode of the podcast saying, Kyle, I see your flame still burns. My flame burns too. Can you feel it? The roar of the flame. You can't escape it. You are as much a slave to the inevitable as I am. Let the tongue of my burning love dance across your soul. Surrender. Great episode, by the way.
The transition.
From Michael
so
Keaton,
good.
dude. The poet
So yeah,
himself.
Keaton Potatoes.
Keaton Potatoes
89.
89.
Yep.
Definitely
Keaton Potatoes
his
89.
angle.
Thank you so much for the wonderful comment.
When I read that comment, I read it in the Tom and Jerry voice where Tom is like, "You set my soul on fire. It is a big roaring flame."
And listen, to whoever it really is out there sending me these messages, I don't know who you are, and I never want to know. Keep it coming. I love it. I love it. And I know out there, it's to me, it's the real Michael Keaton. That's the thing. I can stay pure. As long as I don't know who it is, it's always Keaton in my heart.
It's a non-zero chance that it's Michael Keaton.
Exactly. So whoever it is, I love you. Thank you. Your support means a lot.
Another cool thing that happened this weekend, Kyle did some filming with some of the boys from for Horseman and Company.
Yes. So what we did this weekend is the International 48-Hour Film Festival. For those who don't know, the 48-Hour Film Festival is most regions in the country will host a competition where Friday night at 7 p.m. you're given your subject, you're given a character, a line of dialogue, and a prop, and you have to take all those ingredients and make a 4 to 7 minute movie by Sunday night, 7 p.m. You have 48 hours to get all these ingredients and to go make it yourself. We won big in the Oklahoma 48-Hour Film Festival, so we got to compete with teams from across the world for a spot in Cannes, France. So the top 8 teams are featured in a block at Cannes, France. Top 14 are featured in Filmapalooza, which takes place in Lisbon. And so this being an international film festival, we had 48 hours to compete with teams from across the world to make a movie and send it to be like judged internationally. And it was awesome. It was an awesome shoot. I got these sick props from the set. We did what we normally do, which is try to pack way too much into our film. It was like, of course, most people are just filming in like one scene. And I'm like, that's not a movie, that's a scene. We need this scene, and then we get a car driving montage, and there's this scene, and there's a big villain and a lair, and it's like, oh my God, we bit off so much. Now, luckily, we still shot it. We went out there, we got the locations, we shot everything. It was just then in the edit, we were like, we wanted to pack this thing with like all sorts of little details and little flashbacks and montages and stuff. And so for 48 hours, we really like bit off more than we could chew. We got a good version submitted, but we're taking what we built, our 7-minute cut, and extending it and making it the way we want to be for a solid 10-minute cut. And we're just going to drop that on YouTube for the world to see, because we made something awesome. For what we lacked in the 48 version, the 48 version is good. It's a fine, but what we sent in 48 hours is a good version of the film. What we can get done in the next 2 weeks as a 10-minute version is going to blow you guys away. So, well, and it's funny, Mike, you got to see some of it without me knowing.
Yeah.
I would love to know what your thoughts were as an outsider, just watching this thing, having no idea what it was.
Yeah, so all I knew is it looked like a horror film, and I probably wasn't getting the final cut, which I definitely wasn't. There was at least one scene where like you had some lips moving.
Yep.
But no words coming out. And it was kind of the climactic scene in the movie too. So, I literally texted him. I was like, "Hey man, if you get the sound figured out, this thing's gonna be awesome."
Yep, exactly. And we're not sound guys.
It was really cool.
We're not sound guys primarily. Like, we think about the story and the edit, and we had a sound guy who was kind of less experienced. And, you know, we all know sound is important, but you don't know how important it is until your movie doesn't have it. And you're like,
Right.
What do you mean you need more time? We've been editing the movie all day. Like, so it's like there's little things like that just need to be polished, and this movie's going to be amazing. But, like, look, we built an iconic, like, paint-themed snake villain, and, like...
You built that?
We made this villain. We like collected all these art pieces and made a whole artistic like serial killer villain lair, and like we liked all the symbology with the child wearing the apple mask. Symbology. I've been saying that word. It's not a real word.
Symbology, the study
Symbolism.
of symbols. God, SpongeBob.
You just walk off
Setting
like
it to
that,
Wumbo.
drop the mic. Symbolism.
Wombology, the study
With the snake and the apple and the Garden of Eden. I was trying to talk about our movie.
Well, Beckett, I hope you're happy.
We got more Kaylee.
You asked for it. You got it.
To everyone else's dismay. So closing off that segment. Sorry for the editing nightmare, Michael, but I'm gonna say, look. Well, of course it was doing. The people want it. So anyway, I made a movie this weekend. It was awesome. End of story. All right, let's get on to the freaking pod. Let's talk about some aliens.
Should you watch Predator Badlands?
Yes, you could.
Yeah, we're not going to mince words. The answer is yes. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. It's so good. We're going to be spoiling a bunch in this discussion, but we're going to break it down. We're going to share our thoughts. Great movie. Super good. Super worth your time. If you need a little more, it's from the perspective of the Predator, and he is going on his first hunt to try and gain the acceptance of his tribe, and it's a wild ride. Super good. If you got some audio sensitivity, maybe wait till it comes out and watch it at home, because it's loud. We went a second time, and I forgot that one of the people joining us had hearing aids, and we got done with the movie, and she was just like, I have a headache. I'm not coming to dinner.
Whoa.
I was like, fair.
Yeah, that was a rough ride.
But yeah, if your ears can take it, it's worth it, and it's definitely worth the Adobe experience. Like if you got the chairs that vibrate,
The D-Box?
yeah.
Whoa, did you do it?
Well, we went to what do they have, Dan?
They have the Dolby Atmos, but
Dolby
they do
Atmos,
have
yeah.
vibrating recliner seats. So anytime there's action going on the screen,
What?
you feel it. You feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick. I did not.
Yeah.
So it's not like the roller coaster seats that are like
No,
Not quite. No, not
it
quite
just
40.
vibrates for you.
Yeah,
Woo.
which is really all I need. I don't need a roller coaster seat.
I'm trying
Just
to
some
relax.
vibration is amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But I mean, come on. As
Very
you said,
cool.
this movie's action packed. I'm sure it was popping off the whole time. Because
Oh,
once it starts, it does not let up. Like as
No.
far as action movies go, I was so satisfied that there were like 9 action sequences. Like that's what we're here for, is to watch awesome stuff in sci-fi action. Like, and instead, you know, sometimes in other like Predator movies, it's really slow and like you do a long build for the good stuff. And in this movie, you are dropped in fast and furious, and it was awesome. Dan, what did you think?
I really liked it, dude. I can't describe it any other way than like probably at least of 2025 the ultimate dude movie. Like you've got a person who's fighting for honor, you have action-packed scenes, you've got these huge creatures that just appear out of nowhere and that just get obliterated by the Predator. I mean, it's just so cool,
It's
man.
a story of brothers.
Yeah, I mean,
brothers and a father. Like we can all get that. We can all relate to that in some way.
yeah, and just dude, the action, the choreography was so good in this movie. I mean, the first scene in the cave, it's a little hard to see, but there's so much going on. It's like, oh wow, I feel like I'm watching the Phantom Menace again. Like,
Nice.
It felt like a Star Wars movie at the beginning.
Yeah,
Like you were
yeah,
like,
really.
this is the best lightsaber fight I've seen in a decade. Easy.
Nice. I really love that. Like there was so much creativity put into the sheer number of monsters and number of environments. It felt like watching Avatar again for the first time, being on a planet that was so new and so hostile. But like they were so creative in creating all these kind of this new ecosystem that was all built around creatures killing each other. Even the fauna's alive, and the grass will cut you to shreds. They thought up so much for this, and we got to see it come to life.
Yeah, and I loved that the journey the Predator went on of learning to work with the environment. That was so cool. Which is it's set up for him right at the beginning of the movie. You know, he's told early on by the cyborg. Is that Thea?
Thea.
Is Thea the good one or is Thea the bad one?
Thea is the good one, and then the bad one is named. Ooh.
It's Elle Fanning though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Elfander.
Yeah. She tells him right up front. She's like, "This place isn't that bad. You just got to learn to work with it."
Yeah.
And once he learns, it's not that bad.
Nice.
But that struggle against it, and like, it just felt so overwhelming at the beginning. You know, like with the Whomping Willow going nuts, and then just the exploding poisonous flowers and the giant dragon wyvern thing. Like, you just feel the oppression of how hostile the planet is, and like, even as a viewer, you're just like, it can't be done. There's too much to possibly overcome. And all of this is just the environment surrounding the Kalisk, which is somehow the biggest, baddest thing in this entire area. Like, how can that be? Which was just such a great way of setting up the dread of this big bad. Like, I couldn't get enough of it.
They really set up that beginning spot, too, with the Predator really well. Because they gave him all this stuff. Like, they fully kitted him out. He had the bow, he had the grenades, he had everything. And he lost that within, like, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just like, this really set him up to have to work on his own, figure it out. And you're going in knowing, like, technically he's, like, the weakest Predator of his clan. But he's still out here just completely rocking everything, surviving. Like, oh, I can only imagine what a good Predator would have done.
Well, and so I like that this was a completely humanless story. I mean, all the other like humanoids were androids, which as fans of the Alien movies,
Man.
come on, a full android army backed by Weyland Yutani, like that crossover was extra juicy for us who've been keeping up with all these other androids out there. And so I thought Elle Fanning's character was really cool, and to have kind of a good one and a bad one, and to see the different ways in which they approached the fauna, the nature of the land, and their intentions with it. I really liked.
Yeah, it was interesting to see cyborg siblings again. We haven't really, sorry, synthetic, not cyborg. Mixing up my terminology. My
It's
bad.
2025.
Yeah, have some respect.
I know.
Synthetic
I'm canceled.
person,
I'm sorry.
okay?
I'll go. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was cool. It was like it's not a full on throwback to David, but you can't help but think of David when you see. All right, we got this good and bad synthetic sibling. Really interesting choice to channel Leslie Knope for the good cyborg character.
Yeah, that's an interesting take.
Because the whole time I was just like, oh, this is Robo Leslie with no legs, like one for one. The delivery, the attitude, everything about her. I was like, this is ripped right from Parks and Rec. But it works. Like there's so many elements of comedy in this movie that if you wrote them out on paper, I'd be like, there's no way this works. And yet every single one of them lands just right, and then they just move on. Like it wasn't more than it had to be. It wasn't heavy-handed, and yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. What do you guys think?
I think they struck a really good balance with the humor because, I mean, Predator, it's a franchise that's not really known for humor. It's always been a very serious, like, borderline suspense kind of movie. But even the Predator himself was kind of a funny guy, I'm not going to lie. Like, he wasn't intentionally trying to be funny most of the time, but I think they did a really good job with that.
It's interesting that at the end of the day, this is a story about family in like finding your own and creating your own pack and learning to work together to protect each other instead of just focusing on yourself and being the best of the best. It was interesting because this is Kayleen's first Predator movie that she saw.
Ooh,
and at first I was like, is she not going to get it because she's coming into this not knowing how vicious and evil these things are? And she probably loved it more than I did because it was just a lighter-hearted, fun roller coaster ride of a film. She thought the monkey creature was the sweetest thing she'd ever seen, and then finding out, big spoiler, that the monkey creature is the child of the big bad that we're trying to get. She just loved like all the different ways that are kind of these three main protagonists, the main party, comes together, and then each gets to have their like big moment at the end. She loved it. And come on, the android fight sequence where it's just legs and just an upper half fighting together but separately was hilarious and brilliant. So I liked that it was lighter hearted because we're used to all these dark Predator movies, and we took the exact same property and shifted it into a completely new perspective. And that bold choice, I think, really brought it home.
Do you know? Does Paramount have the rights to this, or this is Fox, isn't it?
I'm
Fox,
not sure. No, go ahead.
It's Fox, who is owned by Disney, so technically Disney owns it.
Gotcha. Do you think that Paramount is going to sue them for the copyright infringement on Dora the Explorer?
What?
Because I just watched a full movie about an explorer with a talking backpack and a monkey sidekick.
That's so funny. What? Dora was a predator the whole time?
Like,
Clip that out. That's actually hilarious.
yeah, like when that hit me, I was like, okay, still a great movie, just a weird similarity that's kind of unavoidable.
Now, something I am seeing that's interesting is feedback from all my movie maker friends. Everybody loves it across the board. I've only heard positive things. I do hear some people saying that they thought the movie was almost too light. Like they thought at times it was hard to like take it seriously because it was, at one point the monkey grabs a robot arm and like waves from stealth. And they were like, that was the line for me. That was too far, too silly. But I want to know what you guys thought about that. If you liked those elements and thought they added to the movie.
I look at it and the humor feels really familiar as like a Marvel humor or modern day Star Wars humor, so I don't necessarily have a problem with it, probably because I'm used to it at this point. It is a little off-brand for the franchise, but I don't think it's necessarily bad. I think it's going to bring in more people to the Predator franchise, and now I guess you can say the Alien franchise because there's an overlap there. You're going to have some interest growing. I think it's going to lead to some positive growth for both Predator and Alien as we go forward. So I didn't mind it at all.
I agree. I mean, like I said, it was weird, and like my gut is that it was too much comedy, but I loved all of it. You know, I laughed every time I was supposed to laugh, and I never felt like it took away from what the movie was trying to do. And I think that was really kind of the crux of it, is that this movie understands this is not an alien movie. We're not trying to ask the big questions about immortality and the soul of humanity and, you know, corporate greed. And no, it's like, this is just a movie about somebody learning to let go of anger and embrace defending other people and the whole wolf concept. It knew what it was, and it nailed it. And at the end of the day, I think all the humor was informed by the vision of the movie, and it didn't bother me that it was objectively too much and yet somehow kind of works.
Well, come on. I really like that this is opening the door for like what you can do with sequels to a franchise. The director of this one is the same guy who directed Predator, Killer of Killers. Also the same director who directed Prey. And these are 3 entirely different feeling movies. This guy has mastered like this specific franchise in so many ways. And I think in this era of endless sequels, we shouldn't be afraid of getting a Star Wars that's a horror movie, or a story that takes place in like Middle Earth or something, but it's a buddy comedy of 2 dwarves on a karting road trip or something. Like, to be able to take the franchise and say, okay, that whatever has already been made can still be that, but we can do something new and it can exist in a different space. Because it's like, thematically, this one is so different from any other Predator movie. And that doesn't make them bad. Those movies are still fun and still have merit, but we are pushing the boundaries of what this franchise can be, and more franchises need to do that instead of making the same damn sequel year after year after year.
So I'm just curious what your guys' thoughts were, because Kyle, you've seen Killer of Killers?
Yes.
Dan, have you seen... I don't know if this is where you guys are going to be in the final edit. Dan, have you seen Killer of Killers?
I still need to get around to it, but
Damn it.
feel free to talk about it, guys. It's
Cool.
fine.
So, then this will mainly be a Kyle
I know
question.
what you're going to ask. I already
Go
know.
for it.
I already know.
You thought the same thing when that ship
As soon
showed
as
up
the
on
ship,
screen,
I was
right?
like, hold on, everybody shut up. We are not done yet.
Yeah, no, I was the only one in the theater who'd seen both. Well, maybe not in the theater, but of our group. And like Dan and Tim and AJ are all like, "Oh, it's a ship," and I'm like, "You don't understand who's on that ship."
It's the ship.
And then they were like, "It's my mom," and they were like, "How did you know that?" And I was like,
I didn't know exactly.
I didn't actually
And
know.
it was a funny, like, double-edged sword, because on the one hand, I was like, him saying my mom is hilarious. I was
So
like,
funny.
I laughed out loud. That is a sick build-up for whatever's next. But I thought the exact same thing you did, that the ship at the end of Predator Killer of Killers was now coming in to this movie and was going to be picked up by our boy. Because what we've now built is a bunch of different variations of Predator killers, right? Like, who are out there surviving, and we've implied that Arnold's in one of those chambers, and that the girl from Prey's in one of those chambers. And so to team up Deck from this movie with these other survivors who are out there sounds perfect. Sounds
Well, and at the end of the day, Deck is now a Predator killer.
yes, exactly.
So like he can be part of this team, and it just works. Like it's such a cool concept, and I'm so excited to see
him
where
to
it
team
goes.
up with a bunch of humans that we can cast in live action and have them all squad up to take down who knows what sounds great. We lost Dan.
Yeah, we lost Dan, but he'll get back on in just a second. Just a little technical difficulties. And honestly, this is the perfect time to talk Killer of Killers and not ruin it for Danny Boy.
Yes, because I think we will end up with a whole team in live action that is fighting like a greater predator government or clan or system or something. And so I don't think lore-wise we've ever seen a female predator yet, so they've got some room to make the females...
Not on the screen.
Not on the screen. Okay, because I imagine now they can make the females like extra scary in some way. And now we can have our heroes taking on a whole new version of predators in like space and in like different planets and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to think like, okay, how is this? I mean, I don't know if anything's been officially stated, but everyone who knows anything about both these franchises is going, all right, Alien versus Predator. Are we getting a reboot? Are we getting a canonically solid one?
Hot take. Do you want an Alien vs. Predator though?
No.
I don't want that.
Especially with this new tone, I don't think it would blend well.
I completely agree.
But I wouldn't be upset about aliens showing up as just a like in the Predator series that's being built, if we get some xenomorphs showing up,
Okay.
I'm not gonna complain.
You have a good point. That's actually, we don't need to make it a big alien movie with androids and whatever, but to just have them as a villain in a Predator film is the best way to kind of combine the two.
Yeah,
'Cause-
like it doesn't need to be AVP,
Mhm.
but a little AVP
xenomorph
style.
action would go great.
Yeah.
Especially if it was in an environment where a xenomorph could have more of an advantage. I would love if they were on a ship in space. I feel like xenomorphs are perfect for being on a ship. They know how to they blend in with it. They know how to creep through the ducts and stuff like that. And so I would love to see an alien be in an environment that's more suitable for it and kind of hunting down the predators without the predators even knowing what's going on at first.
Right? Or even to have just a xeno, or, screw it, man. The Pred Alien was the coolest concept that fell so flat. To get a Pred Alien loose on a ship full of the killer at killers.
Wow. Exactly.
There's
There's so much potential
Give me
there.
Dan's second seatbelt and let's go. Like,
because the thing I realized with this movie is that what they did for the character of the Predator in this film, you cannot do with xenomorphs. Xenomorphs need to be like have no souls, no personality,
Yes.
just be cutthroat killers. So we cannot get a movie that is from a xenomorph perspective. That is one of the biggest differences between these franchises.
no, the Predator, it was fantastic to humanize the Predator. Great call. Do not do that
To a xenomorph.
with the Xenomorph.
A xenomorph
That
with
is a mistake.
feelings defeats it defeats the whole purpose of a xenomorph, and that would kill me.
Yeah, 100%. Final thoughts. What do you rate it out of 10?
I give Predator Badlands a solid 8 out of 10. It was an awesome action movie. It is definitely for the whole family, honestly. Because yes, it's got a very male centered cast, right? But Kayleen loved it even more than I did because at the end of the day, it's about family. So it's an awesome popcorn flick that is an easy watch at any time. I highly recommend 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think it's limited in its availability to be rated higher than an 8, not by the execution or the quality of what was put on screen, but just by the fact that it said, hey, we're just trying to be a good, solid action movie that'll touch your heart a little bit, but isn't going to blow your mind or change your worldview. And I thought it knew what it was. I thought it nailed what it tried to be.
Absolutely.
So much fun. It was the best Star Wars movie I've seen in a long time. It was the best Harry Potter 3 I've seen in a long time. And it was the best Dora I've seen in a long time. And it was the best Predator, at the very least, since Predator. And
Wow.
to be honest, if I could only watch one, I'd probably stick with Badlands.
Of all of them, I completely agree with that, actually.
Yeah.
If I could only watch one again, it's definitely the best Predator film, which is crazy because it's the most different one as well.
All right. We will get Dan's answer to you via our Instagram.
Just say we'll be
If
right
you're
back.
not following us on Instagram, check us out on Instagram. Long Distance Situationship. Link will be in the description below. I'm learning how to be a podcaster. Look at that. Look at this top tier podcasting.
Looks
You
good.
don't just have to pivot out. You make things work. You do things on the fly. I'm about to take a break and teach Dan how to get on Riverside on his phone. See you in a bit.
That's awesome. It is good podcasting.
All right, let's be real. If you're subscribed to Four Horsemen, you are probably a big old nerd, just like the rest of us. If you're a nerd, there's a pretty good chance you like Magic the Gathering. And if that's the case, you should check out Ope Magic. My old Top Pod co-host Rob and his wife Becca get some of their friends together. They play around in Magic from all over the country. We got this awesome interface. And last week, your very own Dan Tastic was on the show. Give it a look.
You got it. Oh, land dance.
It's like a Texas Roadhouse on a Wednesday.
Check out Oat Magic, share the love, tell them we sent you, give them a sub. Now back to the show.
Oh God! No!
Oh my God, what is this? What have you done?
Welcome to Kindergarten Fight Club. I have taken eight princesses I have paired them up and I have sent them off. Normally I would send them off to a true kindergartner, but my kindergartner was unavailable for interview leading up to this, so I had to go to one of her friend's moms and get the information from her daughter. So this is all coming from Iris. Iris has decided who she thinks would win in a fight between each of these princesses. You two have to decide not who you think would win, but who Iris has chosen to win. You will be awarded a point for each victory, and we will do this tournament style and come down to the end to see who can pick the most correct answers as determined by my kindergartner's good friend Iris.
I love this. Not as exciting as watching two toddlers fight to the death, but I'll do.
No, but we get to stay on the internet this way, so.
Exactly.
Bout number 1. Fiona, Ogre Edition, against Elsa from Frozen.
Fight.
I mean, Elsa. Let's be real here. I mean, you're dealing with the Queen of Ice herself. A top, level 20 wizard in my eyes. I'm sorry, but that's going to beat the brute strength of an ogre any day.
Fair enough. Dan?
I mean, I gotta agree with Kyle here. She can conjure an ice golem, dude. 2 seconds, that fight's over. Literally, he just steps on her and that's it. I don't care how big that ogre is.
Yeah. Starting you off with an easy one. Absolutely correct. Both of you are 1 for 1. Elsa advances to the next round. But will you get the second one? We got Fiona again, but in human form, versus Jasmine from Aladdin.
Fight.
We're gonna start with Dan this time.
I feel like Fiona takes this one because she knows karate. Jasmine, doesn't have any weapons, as far as I know. I don't remember seeing her having any.
In the picture, she does have a staff.
I still think
Fiona.
Though? Yeah.
I still think Fiona wins. I mean, she can stop time, dude.
Yeah. I mean, Fiona fits in with the characters from The Matrix. She's at that level of running and parkour and slow motion. And I have no reason to believe Jasmine can do anything at all for herself. So, I mean, I'm with Dan. I think we're saying Fiona.
You stay in lockstep, only this time, you're both wrong.
No.
What? There's
Jasmine,
no way.
as decided by the kindergartner, wins the fight.
That's...
Welcome
She's
to the
gonna have to
core
rewatch that
conceits of the episode.
I'd like to meet this toddler. Bring him on the pod. They got a lot to explain for themselves.
Bout number 3. Mulan with a sword versus Princess Peach, also with a sword.
Fight.
Mulan's my girl. I grew up watching Mulan. Come on, she's a capable warrior. She can fire rockets and stuff. I'm giving this one to Mulan. Also, Princess Peach with the sword. When did she ever have a sword?
I found a picture of her with a sword.
No, I'll tell you, Kyle. I give it to Peach. Because I played the Princess Peach video game on my Nintendo Switch earlier this year, and I'll tell you, she can use a sword, man. She can use it really well. And I think that she would beat Mulan, straight up.
Wow.
Peach, final answer, locking it in.
Okay.
We got our first head-to-head bout. Only one can win. Kyle, dishonor on you, dishonor on your family, dishonor on your cow. Princess Peach takes the round.
Kill.
No way!
Let's go!
Oh my god.
That's what I'm talking about.
Got some ground to make up.
From the mountain. She's like, whatever, doesn't matter.
Round 4. Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Rapunzel from Tangled. Starting with Dan this time.
I don't know the circumstances of the fight. It's a little ambiguous, but I'm going to say it doesn't take place in water. I think Rapunzel's going to win. Just because one whack to the head with the frying pan, which she used so well in that movie, and I think Ariel's toast. She barely knows how to walk on land. It's over before it even starts. Kyle, what do you think?
Pan-seared tuna. And Kyle, who do you got?
I mean, look, in any real fight, I think practically Ariel can grab some of Rapunzel's hair and just continue to submerge herself until Rapunzel dies. And that's easier than killing the Little Mermaid on land. Though I think in the kids' eyes, she's gonna choose Rapunzel for sheer popularity factor, for the fact that Rapunzel is a bigger name right now than Ariel is. And as a toddler, who knows how many times she's seen The Little Mermaid versus seeing Tim Burton. So I think the kid's picking Rapunzel.
You're both right.
But yeah.
There we go. There we go.
All right. We move on to the semi-finals. Kyle, you are first to pick between Rapunzel and Elsa.
Fight.
Oh, Elsa, come on. Dude, Elsa could freeze blood if she wanted to. Like, Rapunzel doesn't even have powers. It's a done deal, guys. It's a done deal. In any, like, princess lineup, you better have Elsa on your team because you can do anything in the freaking world.
Yeah, this is my fault for not having seen Frozen and just putting an absolute powerhouse in by mistake. Dan?
I mean, I can't argue with that logic. Literally, like, Elsa can make ice slides, shoot icicles out of her hands, create ice golems. I mean, heck, she can conjure a castle in like 3 seconds. Rapunzel has none of that. She has glowing hair, a frying pan, and a singing voice. That's it.
Yeah, you're both right. Elsa takes this one handily.
Yes.
That was going to be a tough one to believe if not, but...
All right, Dan, first pick, Jasmine versus Princess Peach with a sword.
Fight.
I still got to give it to Peach, dude. I mean, like, she's all dapped up in that fencing outfit, and she's got some fencing moves. She probably paid at least $4,000 a week for that training, dude. Like, that was really good fencing that she has. She's gonna wipe the floor with Jasmine, surely.
Kyle, did the kindergartner take capitalism into account?
I don't know about this crazy the sword-wielding Peach that you know. But she's got a sword, and Jasmine has a thing?
She has a stick in the picture.
A stick, Michael. I'm going with Peach.
You're both wrong.
No way.
No.
Oh my god. What is this kid on, dude? Hold on. What does she think Jasmine can do that allows her to bring this kind of heat in a fight?
I did receive 2 explanations. I received an explanation for the Jasmine pick and for the Elsa pick. Both will be provided after the final selection has been made. We are tied? Or is Dan up by 1?
I think Dan's up by 1.
Dan is up by 1.
Because we split on Mulan.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That means for all the marbles, Kyle, you get to go first. Jasmine or Elsa?
Fight.
I don't know what your game here is, Michael. Jasmine's got some secret weapon that I'm trying to figure out. But ultimately, it does not matter. Elsa to the day I die. I will die on that hill. I'm saying it. Elsa is top dog here no matter who she's up against.
Dan?
I think, pun intended, Jasmine has a snowball's chance in hell at surviving this fight. Unless she has home field advantage in the middle of the desert as the highest seeded team, which she does not, she is not winning this fight against a literal ice goddess. So that's the way it goes. Elsa, final answer.
All right. Well, that's the game regardless of what happens. Dan is up by 1, and you picked the same thing. And you were both right. Elsa wins because of her ice powers. And even though I didn't put it in the picture, Jasmine won because she has a tiger.
Whoa! What?
That was
makes
not
sense.
in the
Makes
scope.
sense. It was not in the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no control over the mind of the child, and the child has spoken. Congratulations, Dan, on winning the first ever kindergarten fight club.
Let's go. Let's go. Putting that on the wall.
If you gentlemen are interested, I do have a bonus round.
I'm always
Yes.
interested.
All right.
Yes.
We'll go full Family Feud on this. Double points.
Okay.
Originally, this was
Okay.
going to be a tiebreaker.
Okay.
I got a hold of my daughter, and even though she wasn't available to play the full game, she was able to answer one final question. I asked, who would win in a fight? Uncle Kyle or that guy Dan?
Oh,
Fight.
saucy. Saucy.
The term Uncle Kyle versus that guy Dan is a funny setup for a fight.
You remember Dan, right? Yeah, okay. Him versus Hot Kyle.
I like this though. This is juicy.
All right.
And since Dan is in the lead, we will give him the first pick.
I mean, Kyle clears me by a good foot, but I'm just saying, I'm not trying to like brag or anything, but I'm gonna. I was one belt off of being a black belt, and I taught Joe how to do karate once. So I think she's gonna pick me for that reason.
That definitely changes things. Didn't know that. I taught her cheers, so there's a difference in the levels of like training we've given her.
That's still a big skill right there. Look.
It's a very Uncle Kyle skill.
We were so confused for like a year straight. We were like, where did this like 2-year-old learn how to cheers? Did you teach her? Did you teach her? It took so long for us to figure out it was Kyle.
It was an Uncle Kyle thing. But meanwhile, Dan was like, let me talk to your child. What the? He was like, you throw a punch. Whoa!
I am Master Oogway.
It's dangerous out there. You gotta learn to defend yourself.
Okay. I mean, I'm still picking myself though. I even think from Joe's perspective. I mean, it's a size thing. It's a size thing. I think I must look massive to a child that it barely clears my knee.
You got a point. Okay. Yeah. So I asked Joe who would win in a fight, Dan or Uncle Kyle, and she said, Uncle Kyle's family, and I trust family.
Yes.
But Dan knows karate, so I gotta go Dan.
Oh my God! No way! What?
Let's go!
Come on! Show me some! Come on! Lay it on me, Dan.
Let's go!
Oh boy! Okay, you got me on that one, Dan. You got me on that one.
I worked really hard to go through the screen on that one. It took me like 5 years to figure that one out.
That's Uruguay shit, exactly.
And he's still not a black belt.
No, man. Just imagine when I do get that. Like, I'll get radio waves too.
Holy shit! Wow, good for you, Dan. So if we get to 1,000 subscribers, can we just do this for real?
100%, man.
I'll take you in the octagon, man.
100 subs. I will find a boxing ring and we will lock you guys in it.
This actually doesn't sound that fun for me, to be honest. But for 1,000 subs, and we'll do it. I actually have no idea what I'm dealing with here, so woo.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Long Distance Situationship. I'm Mike, that's Dantastic, and Hot Kyle. If you enjoyed, give us a like, comment, subscribe. If you're an internet pro, you know all the things to do. And until next time, peace. Dude, that's so creepy.